Hello and welcome to another week of the weekly psychic review. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope you've had a great week last week. So we're doing this from the 16th of November through till the 22nd of November. How I work, I call in my guides and all of those in spirit who love me. Ask them to give everyone out there what they need for the upcoming week. Give them any tips, techniques, healing, all that kind of stuff. Basically, whatever they feel you need. So if you just give me a sec, I'll just tune in, see you live, call my guides in, and we'll get straight into the reading. How often do you give yourself time to sort of stop and to center and to, not even meditate or that sort of thing, but just to sort of sit in your body? So much of our time and so much of what happens, whether it's through particular events or experiences, situations we have, or things that we feel we want to do, and we feel that the best way to do this is to not actually be sitting in our body. How often does that happen? And they're telling me, quite often this happens. And this is something that happens, from when you're quite young, actually, right through your life. This is quite different to, creating fantasies and different things like that. Very different. So this is about you sort of disassociating from your body and not allowing yourself to really sit in your body in more of a comfortable and full level. And, a good way of doing this is grounding. A really good way. So grounding can be done in a whole lot of ways, and I talk about grounding quite a lot. I've gone through this exercise quite a few times about breathing white light in the top of your head, in your nose, down into your belly, letting it sit there for a second, and then breathing it out through your feet and breathing that white light through your legs, through your feet, and into the ground, and really feeling that energy going into the ground. It can also be done by taking your shoes off and walking around with bare feet. It can be done through walking very slowly and mindfully. So actually slowing your steps down basically by about 4 or 5 times. So walking very slowly, very mindfully, and really just feeling that sensation under your feet. Now you might do this for 10 or 20 steps, and they're saying try this out because it'll be really weird, but you'll find out as you're doing this, you'll be like going, wow, I keep thinking about, I feel silly, and I keep thinking about how I look, and I keep thinking about thinking, and I keep getting in my head. And they're saying exactly that's the actual the course of why you're doing this is to help yourself realize actually how much time you spend in your head or how much time you spend elsewhere and not actually in your body. This is really about feeling your body, and this is about being more friends with your body and being more friends with the different sensations around your body as well. And this can also be done by being kind to yourself and saying that, hey, I enjoy being in the body that I have. I allow myself, this is a good one, I allow myself to relax. I enjoy feeling relaxed and feeling in my body. I instruct my body to release any tension, any anxiety, any stress that I may be feeling. And as you do this, you take a breath before, breathe it out, do the white light breathing into your belly and out your feet. Say the words, say the affirmation, put yourself in that place of what that means to you. So actually, experience that and feel what that feels like, and then take a nice deep breath afterwards. And it's also about putting your focus on different parts of your body, focusing just one breath each time. So you might breathe and focus, right, I'm going to focus on my right foot, then my left foot. You don't have to go through your whole body if you don't want to, but you can go, right, well, how does my feet feel? Now, how does my thighs feel? How does my arms feel? You know, how does my chest feel? You know, this kind of thing. And this is about, you know, being more friends with your body. And they're saying there's a lot of people out there that don't actually feel comfortable within their own bodies. And, you know, they actually want to escape their bodies. And it's almost like the grass is greener kind of thing. About, you know, being in somebody else's body, being somewhere else, this kind of thing. They're saying, look, you don't actually know what's going on with those people, or if it really will be better. And the best way to, you know, to really create something more beautiful is to, you know, start to practice, you know, sort of gratitude, forgiveness, acceptance of yourself and your own body. They're saying try this out for a couple of weeks and actually see what happens and see what thoughts pop up. Okay, so we're getting on with the weekly reading now. Okay, so Monday. So we'll say this is, you know, be kind to yourself day, Monday. So, you know, this is about you being aware of things in which you say that aren't kind. Oh, I can never do this right, or this never works out for me, or I don't like the way that looks, or whatever. So if you had any of these things pop up, stop for a second, you just say, I release this, ask Spirit to take it, bring it back, and then actually say the flip side of this. The other thing as well on this is to actually say a few really beautiful and kind things to yourself, but only do it, you know, if you're forcing yourself to do this, it's not going to work. So you can do something, hey, I've got beautiful fingers, I like my fingers, you know, this sort of thing. Oh, I've got beautiful hair, I like my hair. Whatever it is, but something you can connect with. Don't try to bullshit yourself, you know, it's not going to work. You can do that over time, but they're saying not with this exercise. Okay, so have a bit of fun with it. Okay, Tuesday. So, okay, so it's funny, they're actually going through the body, which makes sense. Okay, so Tuesday, they're saying bellies. You know, a lot of people have got things about their bellies. Doesn't look like this, doesn't look like that, I want it to look like this, but they're saying bellies, or your actual stomach, is one of the most important things in your belly, in your body. Your stomach is where you know, process food. Your stomach is where, you know, you get all your strength and, you know, this sort of thing. It helps you to give yourself that vitality. So this is about saying, okay, I enjoy and I feel good about what my stomach does to me and how it gives me the nourishment I deserve. And then they're saying, well, you know, you could think about nourishment on that day. How can you nourish yourself on that day, or how can you nourish somebody else, possibly? They're saying it starts at home first. Okay, so Wednesday, what's on with Wednesday? So they're talking about your feet now. Okay, we're not going in a linear way. Talking about your feet, and they're talking about direction of life. So it's that thing about, you know, what direction are you going in, and where are you pointing your feet? How are you deciding to walk through your day on Wednesday? And then they're saying how you're deciding to walk through your day on Wednesday is most likely the way that you decide to walk through your entire life. Because how you act on one day is pretty much how you act every other day. So it's that thing about, you know, be aware of this and then actually be kind to yourself. I love where my feet take me. I love my direction in life. And if you're not loving your direction in life, say, okay, well, this is the direction I choose to take from now on. And just do your absolute best. If you can't actually do it on an action level, on a physical level right now, it's that thing about, okay, this is where I am heading. Always in the now, never in the future. So this is where I am heading. This is where I am going. Okay, so Thursday. So this is about your head. Okay, so Thursday's about your head. So they're saying, for starters, how much time do you spend in your head? Most people, quite a lot of time. And they're saying most people are going to be watching this movie. Generally, is about they spend, you know, about 95% of their time, a lot of the time, in their head. And this is the reason, because you're saying pretty much all of you out there, they're saying yes, we'll say all of you, because it was about 98-99%. They're saying all of you are really old souls. When you're an old soul, you kind of tend to articulate things in a different way. You tend to, categorize things, look at things, from different ways, really think about things from different angles, and you tend to overthink things. So it's that thing about going, I'm going to give my head a rest, and by giving my head a rest, I'm going to say, hey, I'm not going to get another head while I'm here in this life. I enjoy the head I have. I enjoy the mind I have. I enjoy the face I have, and be kind to that, and be kind to what it does give you, and give it a rest as well. They're saying, allow yourself to just relax, really important. Okay, so getting on to Friday. What's on Friday? All right, this is funny, talking about fingers, actually. And they're saying, if you're like David, you're very expressive in the way when you talk, you use your hands quite a lot. And they're saying this can, really have a kind of a bearing on how you do things and how you work with things as well. Do you allow yourself to express yourself in a flowing manner? Do you allow yourself to, point to where you want to go? Do you allow yourself to open? Yeah. Do you open yourselves up to new things, new pathways, or do you hold on to things? How do you carry your hands? Are they, more clenched? Are you holding on to old ideas? Are you more open? Are you ready to, and they're saying there's a difference between being aloof and, being and having acceptance as well. And they're saying be kind to your hands. They do a lot of stuff. If you didn't have hands, it makes things, it put an extra toll on you and make things very difficult. And so be kind to them and actually give thanks to them as well, saying, oh, I love you, hands, you're awesome, I love what you do for me, you help me every day. Okay, I think we're up to Saturday. We've got a yes on the Saturday. So back, all right, back. So this is a thing too. How do you carry yourself? They're laughing. They're saying, I just sat up a bit straighter then. How do you carry yourself? Do you tend to support yourself? Are you supporting yourself in your life? Are you keeping your back straight? Your back's all about support. It's about, keeping a good frame. Your back is the frame of your house, and it's the way that you walk through your day as well, and how you do things like that. So, are you crunched over? Are you trying to protect something? Are you huddled over like this? Is there something that happened in which, you're kind of holding on to, you're not letting go of? Are you, standing up more straight and more confident and more aligned within yourself, that sort of thing. And it's about, sort of a grounding again, but it's about sort of being open. Do you have an open posture? Do you have a strong stance within yourself? Not overbearing with anyone else strong. It's very different. Okay, so we're getting on to Sunday. Okay, what's on Sunday? Okay, so Sunday's about knees. And a lot of people out there have had issues with their knees. Knees, I've had issues with my knees as well. It can be quite difficult when you do. So this is partly about you, being flexible. Are you able to be flexible in your direction? It also actually goes with your neck, they're telling me. So this is about flexibility, this is about direction, this is also about relationships as well. And, are you being flexible within your relationships? That doesn't mean laying down. That could mean that, hey, you need to set some boundaries. You need to kind of put things in place. It could be that you need to be more open. How are you being flexible with this? And as well, they're actually bringing in finances in relation to this. I don't know why, but they're just telling you finances is part of this as well. So, how are you seeing money, and how are you being flexible around money? Saying, okay, for every dollar I spend, I'm going to get $2 in return. And then actually saying, how much do you believe that? Okay, so Alright, so that's it for this week's reading. It felt pretty quick and sharp and all that sort of stuff. I hope you enjoyed it and got some cool stuff out of it. It's good to be back again after a week's break. And yeah, just really want to thank you for joining me again. I just wanted to say, if you want an appointment with me, reading, healing, past life work, counselling, I do heaps of different stuff, mentoring, whatever you want, give me a hoy. I've got all the details below, all the links are below, or check out my website, davidmjohn.com. Got my details there. So yeah, thank you again very much for joining me. Been a fun reading, been very different. I hope you have a fantastic and fun week, and I'll see you next week. Big love, big love.